Nerdrotic.com.
Okay, let's start with the eyebrow that's up. I don't know if you're catching that, because it probably looks like to you that she's got a lopsided face, and she does. But the artist is actually trying to show her being sassy with one eyebrow up, you know? Pretty sure you can keep the phone and lose the man, just so you know. Well, for one, she looks like Adam Driver with that schnoz and that mouth. And this is some of the worst art I've ever seen. It doesn't look finished. This was signed off on, and this was in a comic book that I'm guessing the price was $4.99. They wanted you to pay almost $5, $5 for this shit. Marvel is dead. This is it. This is the end. A lot of YouTubers, including yours truly, were talking about how much trouble the comic industry is going to be in if they continue down this road. Just like we said, the movie theaters are going to be in big trouble, and they're going to close, and Hollywood's going to be fucked. Hollywood and the comic book industry both could have prevented this. But the problem is, this is what happens when you are just one-sided on everything. When you adhere to an ideology as a business, which gives you a huge blind side, a massive blind side. So when Wonder Woman goes to streaming, the Access Media is genuinely surprised, because for the most part, they think they're moderates and they think they're right. And they pretty much dismiss all of us here, which is fine. Dismiss us. We're not right about everything, but we've been right about this shit. The end was coming. The end was nigh. You could have fixed it. We were offering suggestions, and we were just being called ists and phobes and Yahtzees instead of actually hearing us. When we criticize Star Wars, this comic book, when I criticize this comic book, it's Marvel, you're better than this. I would love to continue giving you money, but your hiring practices and, quite frankly, your art sucks.
How dare you, motherfuckers!
It's a very simple formula to get me to come back as a customer. Stop attacking customers, don't hire Zoe Quinn, and give me better art than this. It's not complicated, but it is for them, because if they did these things, which they know would be in their best interest, it would be looked like to people like Remfamous that they're appeasing us. Yes, you want to appease the customer. You're not in a war or a battle with the customer, and that's when you lose. I'm bummed I'm not buying new comics, but I'll survive. I'll get over it. I'll buy old comics or not buy any at all. But holy shit, this is bad. Oh my God. It was thought Marvel Comics couldn't get to new lows, but apparently they have. As check out a page featuring Captain Marvel from the recently released Marvel's Voices, Indigenous Voices comic book. I first saw the panel on Ethan Van Sciver's Twitter, who posted the pic and made mention of the following DC Comics closing. It looks as if Marvel could be next. The art features the main hero of the book, Echo, getting attacked by a bunch of men where her phone breaks, and Captain Marvel shows up and says, "Pretty sure you can keep the phone and lose the men, just so you know." Regarding the closing down of DC Comics, Ethan Van Sciver pointed out its destruction came at the hands of SJWs and the same sort of people responsible for the Marvel Voices, Indigenous Voices. For one, what a dumb title. Marvel's Voices, Indigenous Voices. Why don't you just do Marvel's Indigenous Voices? You can't even get the title right. As noted by Twitter users, it was actually thought the art was fan art, as it looks so bad and comes across even worse, but it's straight out of Marvel Comics. Marvel Voices, Indigenous Voices, Captain Marvel, Echo art. And apparently Daredevil is worried about Echo, and he goes, "I know you don't want to hear from me, but we should talk. I'm worried. Listen, kid, I'm not the one to give advice, but Maya, you have to face me someday. Hey, sexy." I don't know what they're trying to say is like all men offering advice to women is bad. That's a great message to send. Intersectionalism, by the way, that's intersectionalism, which is a word that I mention a lot. That is what is infecting all of our entertainment. And there is, just to get back on my thought earlier, there is a political motivation. I know. Everybody knows that. So what this is a bunch of woke, mostly white SJWs patting Native Americans on the head. They're there. Do you like bows and arrows? Do you like headbands? Do you like long flowing hair? We've got it all for you. So this is an NPR pandering bullshit for people who don't read comics, but for people that do read comics. It's really not that happy. So over the last couple of years, I gave like 3,000 warnings to the mainstream comic book industry about how they were destroying their own industry, and I can't say they ignored it because they noted it, targeted those criticisms for destruction, and that did the opposite of what I was advising them to do, not to do, which was to basically stop them from destroying themselves. Your boy Zach points out how DC Comics is selling less and less comics, and that Marvel will as well, and offers a review of the book. This just horrendously bad, says the reviewer. And one of the things that was really annoying is how hateful Marvel is. Marvel, a lot of their pros, has spent years castigating the fans as bigots and discriminators of all kinds. And his book is nothing but hatred of the others for being parts of groups. And that's what we get. Hate. It's unadulterated hate. Healthy people don't go on Twitter and go through Gina Carano's, her feed and look for tweets that she liked. Healthy people don't do that. I mean, that's the true pandemic right now, is this weird insecurity, needing to see yourself in everything. And I mean, it's the bigotry of low expectations and narcissism by proxy. It's a bad combination. It's a need for meaning. There's so many people who just lack that in their lives because, I mean, you've heard the same old arguments that they were told they were special, or these are products of daycare, whatever. I think it's a multiple combinations of things. Not a lot of fathers involved, or, bad fathers, bad mothers, a lot of combinations of stuff, but it's a lot of people who thought they were going to be like, not everybody is going to be a star. Not everybody is going to get to do what we want to do. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing the videos. It really does help. And if you did this with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.